Hi everyone, welcome back to English Hero, and right now we are going to continue discussing some of the modals. So I have written here on the board ought to, number one. Number two, we have shall, should, will, and would. Okay. Before I continue discussing, for modals, actually, there are also negative forms of modals. So for example, the can, so there's cannot or can't, and we also have will not, okay, may not, might or might not. So for the negative forms of modals, these are the totally opposite to the use or the uses of the positive modals. So always bear in mind, negative modals, it has not. So cannot or can't, shortened form for cannot, will not or won't, okay, may or may not, might not for might, okay. Now let's continue for ought to. This is actually similar to should, and it also expresses an advice or conveys suggestion. Okay, let's have an example. You ought to drive carefully in bad weather. Okay, so not much of a difference rather for should. So it's just simply conveying a suggestion or an advice. Okay, you ought to drive carefully because of the bad weather. Next, shall. What are the uses of shall? Let's read. For suggestion, similar also to will. Okay, so shall and will, it's futuristic by nature. Okay, so you're going to use these modals, shall, will, okay, in a something that's going to happen in the future. Okay, for example, shall I carry your bag? So this simply suggests or simply conveys suggestion or offering something. Shall I carry your bag? Okay. Or another example that's going to happen in the future, for example, I shall give her a present on her birthday. Okay, so that's futuristic by nature. Next, let's have should. This is an advice also, and it conveys obligations. So, for example, you should stay at home because you're sick. So it's an obligation or an advice. So you should stay at home because you're sick. So how about you? Can you give me an example of a sentence using should? I should study. Okay, I should study in order for me to graduate. Okay, so that's an obligation for you as a student that you should study. Okay, let's have will. Again, will is similar to shall. However, it's more specific to wishes, requests, demands, order, prediction, assumption, promise, habits, decision. Okay? Let's have an example. I will stop smoking. So it conveys what? It conveys a wish. Okay? So I will stop smoking. Next, will you please shut the door? So it conveys what? Anyone? An order or a demand. So will you please shut the door? Okay. So you can think of an example there. You might want to write that one on your paper if you have papers and pen there, so that you can master or practice how to use these modals. Let's have the last one, would. Would is used for wishes also and requests, but it's more polite than will. It has also something to do with the habits that habits in the past, that you've done in the past. Okay, so let's have an example. Would you shut the door, please? So as you notice, compared to the example for will, it has a keyword please, or the clue please, because you want to sound polite, more polite to the person you are demanding or you are ordering to do something. Okay? This one, he would bring me some chocolates and flowers before. Now, this simply speaking of the habits of that person that he has done to you. So he would bring me some chocolates and flowers, and the clue there that this one happened in the past. The verbal cue is the word before. So it happened in the past. It's a habit before. It's his habit before to give chocolates and flowers. Okay? And not just for would, actually for other forms of modals like could, would, might. These are modals used if you're trying to express an event that you used to do before. So you don't say, for example, for could, my father could swim before, but right now he cannot. Okay, so you use cannot, it's negative form. So right now he cannot, but before he could swim. So you don't say before he can swim. Instead of saying he can swim, you say he could swim before. Or he could swim when he was younger. Okay? Always take note of that. That's all for about modals in this videos. Thank you so much, guys, kids, for watching. And please do study more, do some research, some examples about modals, so that you can be equipped or be knowledgeable on how to use them in a sentence. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye. Take care.